continuing on with our adventures with the Sega CD, but this time around we have to do something a little bit unusual, as we're looking at multiple titles at the same time, but that's only because what we're looking at tonight really doesn't have much to it at all. So we're looking at more than one, and more than one, I mean four, and when I say four, I'm not exactly talking about games. Talking about Make My Video. There were 4 titles released in this series, where you have to make videos for 3 songs by INXS, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Kris Kross, and CNC Music Factory. Now that 4th one with CNC Music Factory, the box did not actually say Make My Video on it. I don't know why they would have been ashamed of that branding. Surely that was a big seller, right? Well, for whatever reason, they did not put it on the box. So it appears there's only 3 Make My Video titles, but there are 4. Now, these are strange because they're barely games. There's barely anything to look at. But the reason we're looking at them is because they're so well associated with the Sega CD. They came out very early in the Sega CD's life. They were advertised. Like, there was a marketing budget behind these things. I guess maybe by Sega themselves. And they were exclusive to the Sega CD. I don't think these ever came out on anything else. So, people really associated these titles with the Sega CD. So I think that when we're talking about going through this library, we have to at least look at them. That's not... No. Well, okay, that goes to that. That's fine. We're gonna pull them up. Now, a problem is gonna be... Okay, we'll start with the INXS one. The problem, of course, is, as we know on the internet, the greatest sin you can commit is playing music that an algorithm says belongs to someone, so I'm going to have to surely mute quite a bit of this. So I'm pretty sure this does begin with an INXS song. Right, digital pictures. We'll see that logo a lot. Make My Video, INXS. Yeah, I'm gonna mute that. There is indeed an INXS song playing. So, each of these has, like, a premise of why are you making the videos? So in this one, you're in a bar. A bar filled with people with weird attitudes who love INXS and want you to make a new video for INXS. I mean, it's kind of hard to see. But there's, like, people standing around a pool table. An eclectic cast of characters. Alright. So they're gonna start talking. I mean, there is INXS music playing in the background. Hopefully it's fine.
In the corner pocket, 5 ball in the side.
Great image.
They love that video.
From hell.
Check out those surfer guys. They've been trying to think of a pickup line for 45 minutes. And that Poindexter. He's been trying to get up his courage since yesterday. How about some Megadeth?
I'm sick of Pretty Boy. House rules. You gotta control the table to pick the music. And we're playing till somebody out there makes the ultimate INXS video.
Got it. Someone's got to make the ultimate video. Do I want to edit with Ted and Gomez here?
Awesome video, huh? I mean, it's awesome, but it can be more awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Would you trust these guys?
She doesn't seem very confident in them. Or, how about with Poindexter?
Did you women know that pool was developed in France in the mid-15th century? It was called billiards, from the French word billiard.
You're blocking the video. You make a better door than a window.
And a better doormat than a door.
Most people don't know that the video age began long before MTV. In fact,
And this guy is passing every encyclopedia check.
I can do better than that, with your help.
If you can do better than that, I'll show up in a whipped cream bikini.
Are you crazy? Do you realize what you just said?
What do you think? Should I be worried?
Or, what about Flo and Tiger?
Sick of this video. I want to watch Megadeth now. Yeah, this video's trash. We could do better than that with our eyes closed.
Which is obviously the way you dress. Do you want to try working with these social outcasts?
Or, I think we have one more. The Fly.
So, you like the video?
I guess.
You mean you don't like it?
Is that what you think?
I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Cool. Give us your gems of wisdom. Tell us how you'd make it.
What do you think? Even better. What do you think?
Oh man, he's so cool.
You're just a big tease, aren't you? I hate a tease. I thought you were gonna go the distance. I guess not. If I were you, I'd go back to the beginning and try again. You never know what might happen if you really try.
Right, so I didn't press anything. Alright, let's edit a video with Ted and Gomez.
Hey, are you into really romantic places?
Do you mean like Tahiti, Fiji, St. Bart's?
No, like the beach, the boardwalk, under the boardwalk.
Oh, right on.
You can paint the world red. Hey, that's a good idea. Use it.
Now I understand everything.
What?
It came from under the boardwalk.
But how do you get it to crawl back?
Forget it. Just use these images.
Alright, so we're gonna have to mute again, because now it's time to make a video. Oh, use those images. I'm gonna remember those. Well, look at what is that one? I think that's a snake there. Make a video. Alright, so this is the actual gameplay, and the INXS song, Heaven Sent, is playing. We have to edit the video according to the clues given. There were some images that they gave us that I have to put into the video, but I'm not going to remember what those were. The guy mentioned something about boardwalk and the color red, so maybe he likes the color red. But here's how the gameplay works. Channel A is the actual video. Channels B and C are public domain footage. We can switch between them about what do I want to put in the video as the song plays. What do I think Ted and Gomez will like? I have effects over here. I can turn on lyrics. I can go to gray. Oh, he said something about the color red. Why don't we make it red? Sure. Why not the entire video be like that? Wash. That's what that does. We can do that. Big pics. It makes big pixels. Like that. Smear. Does that. We can combine effects. Okay, those don't combine. Yeah, I made purple. But he did say he liked red. Up here, we have freeze. We can freeze frame. We can slow it down, if that's what we want to do. We can strobe. Isn't that a fun effect? Let's see. Mixer does that. Mirror does this. Flip. There we go. It's so sensitive. I mean, the controls. I'm really just lightly tapping on the D-pad. That's what dice does. This is what slice... Oh, there's the snake. At least I got the snake on screen. There's a bikini. So, like I said, I can switch between... Actually, now the INXS video's on Channel C. A has public domain footage. I don't know why it would change like that. Especially if I wanted to, like, have something particular in there, but it just changed the source. So how do I get those images that they wanted? I guess the only thing to do is to just keep doing this a few times until I figure out where those images appear. Some of them were easier to know than others, like the snake one I recognized, but some of those other ones were just like black and white images, maybe of the band, maybe of something like a bikini, you know, lingerie, who knows? Could be. Here's people in a pie. There's a monkey playing a piano. Is that what we want? Maybe. I think the song's ending. Let's see what they thought of it.
Layla, quiet, I'm shooting.
Oh, look, it's finished. Let's have a look.
Why didn't you say so? Hey, everybody, the video's ready to roll. And I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, we have to watch it, that's right. All right, let me mute that again. So, I'm pretty sure we can't skip it. Hold on, did that work? No, that goes to options. Prompts on or off. Playback timecode on, off. Press start to change options. I think that just reset it. Okay. So we'll never know what they thought about that. But if you were wondering, you can't actually... I don't believe you can actually skip the video after you made it. But that's the gameplay. Let's take a look at the next one, which is Kris Kross. So, this is going to be basically the same thing. It's 3 songs. And there's going to be this DJ who's going to be taking calls. Hold on. We can turn that on now.
It's only call-in video show. This is Don Pardo. And now the star of our show, the Boyd in the Hood, Boyd Packer.
Hey, yeah. What up? This is Boyd Packer, and welcome to Make My Video. Got my video editor out there, hooked up and chilling in the control room awaiting your scenario, but the miggity Mac Daddy and the diggity Daddy Mac, Kris Kross. The hotline is smoking, so let's get right to our first caller, please. Kick it. Hey, yeah. What up? This is Boyd Packer, and welcome to Make My Video. Got my video editor out there, hooked up and chilling in the control room awaiting your scenario, but the miggity
No, it's just repeating that?
The diggity daddy.
Okay, there we go. Don't know why that happened. Oh, I know why that happened. I didn't actually reset the Sega CD core. I just changed the disc, which would have been like if I just changed the disc without resetting the game on an actual Sega CD. Right. Hold on. You have to reset it. And then insert disc. And then insert disc. All right, so He's going to be taking some calls from listeners who want certain things to be in the Kris Kross videos. Right, this is these games are the fault of Sony ImageSoft, I guess. Look, these CD products don't have to just be video games. These aren't for kids anymore. Now they can be like, real software with famous music stars. Okay. All right. I was able to press start there.
America's only call-in video show. This is Don Pardo, and now the star of our show, the Boyd in the Hood, Boyd Packer.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, can skip that. All right. Choose a caller. All right, so this is more controlled, I guess, because it's saying, instead of having these character introductions, it's saying, okay, 3 different people who want jump.
Choose, we gonna cut you off. Choose,
3 different people who want warm it up, 2 different people who want I missed the bus. They have different desires for what they want in the video. Let's find out what Jerome wants from Jump.
Let's go, I'm tired of waiting. Who this?
Hey, Boyd Packer. What up, man?
Some? Well, who's that? Wait, you got your crew back there or something?
Yeah. This here Jerome, and we want to ask you. You related to that Woody Woodpecker?
Hey, watch out there now. You gonna do this or what, you little Coca-Cola sucking, undersized sneaker pumping chump? You wanna end up like Ballhead here? What's the song, fool?
Hey, check this. Kris Kross is the boys and Jump is the noise. I wanna see cars bouncing like toys. Gangs of people hopping like bees, but cancel them girls, get them out of the scene. Hey, yo! Make my video!
All right, I think you said he wanted cars, and he does not want girls. No girls allowed. All right, music has started, so that means we're turning off the sound. All right, so okay, there's a car right there. That was a car. Okay, he wants cars and no girls. And like the main video is giving us that so far. Oh wait, hold on. Cars. I think I missed a car. That's a girl. I gotta pay attention to what's happening on these screens so I can make sure we get... That's a unicycle. It's not really... No, that's a girl. Hold on. No girls. That's like a spaceship or kind of? It's a bike? No. So the clips change very quickly. So if I'm examining... There's a train. It's like not a car. It's a spaceship, but it's a vehicle of some kind. I can put effects in there. I don't know if the effects are important to getting an approval. Those look like guys. Oh, no, girls! Girls, ah! No, that's like clipping. Why is that happening? I mean, I guess you can't hear that because I have the audio turned off. And there was a car. Hold on. Don't want girls. It's a bear. That's something. It's like I said, I don't know if using the effects are needed to get their approval. I know you can't just keep it on one video the whole time. They won't like that. There's some boxing. I missed the box. There's box. No, mix. There we go. Some boxing electricity or something. Kind of hard to tell with the low color video. So I know that if you don't do anything, like, they disapprove of that. They don't like that. They want you to do something. I'm not really seeing too much in the way of cars, though. There was like a little bit... There's like a horse. That guy's like a fat man in a hula hoop. And the volleyball... There's dolphins. Important thing, no girls. I think the song's ending. Well, I don't know. We'll see what they thought.
Yeah, you're working that thing. Check this out.
I don't think he liked it. Hold on. Yeah, I have to... was that like a... Was that an approval or disapproval? Seemed like he was disapproval, but... Alright, again, I'm just going to press buttons. I can pause it. I cannot skip it. So, you may have noticed there is some amusing full-motion video in this game, but if you actually wanted to watch it, you do have to do a video. You have to go through the video twice every time. Once when you're editing it, the second time to watch your edited video. So, like, they do want you to have to spend your time to actually get to these FMV segments. You can't just skip these and watch them. You're getting your time and your money's worth from these products. So, I don't know, maybe we'll get an opinion about how good my video is after this is over. I should note that the way the game rates these videos is kept invisible from you. You get clues at the beginning about what someone wants from the video, but whether or not the thing you made gets their approval, you don't actually see. You don't actually see what it is that they liked or didn't like. So you're just guessing, and you will just be, if you actually want to try to get good approvals from everyone, you're just going to be guessing repeatedly as you keep doing this over and over. But you've already seen all of the gameplay. This video editor is exactly the same in all of these. This is just how it is. There's nothing else to it. Now, you might wonder, do you get anything if you get their approval? Do you, like, move on to another stage? Or do you get an ending? And the answer is no. This is it. No, there's nothing like that. So, hopefully... I can only, hopefully if you bought one of these discs, hopefully you really liked the 3 songs that were on it and wanted to hear those songs over and over and over and over and over. Hopefully that's the case, because I don't know what else you're getting from this. And it's really all there is. So we're going to see if we can get if we get an approval or a disapproval at the end of this. And you can see why we're only taking a short look at each of these, because I can't skip these videos. If we could, it might be a different story. But we can't, so every time we want to see amusing FMV clips, we would have to go through this. Okay, anything?
It was bad, righteous, but that ain't quite the power mix, man. Are you down with the power? Get down with the power. What about the power? We out of here.
Okay, so the conclusion was it was okay. He said it was bad, but, not the best, and the DJ gave me a thumbs up and a with the other hand. So, it was like in the middle. They didn't hate it, but it could have been better, is what they thought. Top 10 videos. Apparently, I did the best. And the credits. I didn't mute it, by the way. There's no music during the credits. Okay, let's move on to the third one. It's the one that everyone always mentions, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Like, this is just kind of the one that always gets brought up. It's the same format. But the opening... I'm just going to mute this again. The The premise is that there is a brother and sister who love Marky Mark, and they are going to make the next Marky Mark video, but they have differing opinions as to what that should be. The brother wants the video to be real tough, because Marky Mark is a tough man. The sister thinks Marky Mark is hot, and the video should be hot, and they cannot come to an agreement on to how the video should look. So, if you want to imagine it, what I'm hearing right now is Good Vibrations, which clearly cannot be in the video. Otherwise, I would be crucified on the cross of the algorithm for daring to blaspheme against copyright. So, sorry about that. He's looking through his bedroom for I don't know what, but don't worry, it doesn't matter. It's just a video clip to play while the music plays. Eventually, he'll start talking to us about what he wants this video to be. We'll get there. He's coming. Okay, yeah, he sees us. He notices. There's Marky Mark. Okay, here we go.
He's so cute.
You're such a perv. This guy is a serious musician. This video should be tough.
He's too sexy for his shirt.
Girls, can live with him and shoot him. Make my video.
Make my video. This isn't gonna work. Let's ask someone else what they would do.
All right, what about the boxer?
That'll be great.
Let's go to this guy about editing a video? I don't know why we're going to him, but it's an option. What about the girls?
Don't you want to ask some real Marky Mark experts?
No, there's no way I'm going in there.
A man! What's a man doing in here?
That's no man. That's my brother.
Just keep him out of here.
What about the guys?
Why are we asking these bambozos? They're idiots.
Excuse me? These are close, personal friends of mine.
I rest my case.
Give it to me, all right?
What about mom and dad?
I said no more fighting. I've had enough of this.
But Dad, he's such a little jerk.
Oh, it's her, the raging hormone victim.
Oh, yeah. What's it about this time?
She wants to make the new Marky Mark video more fluffy.
Boring.
Wait a minute. Your mother and I watch a lot of VH1. Maybe we could help.
You want to listen to them?
Hello? Hey! Is anybody out there?
Excuse me? Are you awake? You didn't do anything.
Hello? All right, look. We're gonna give you one more chance. Don't blow it.
Everyone in these games are so snippy. All right, we're gonna go with the guys. There's a particular reason for that, so we'll select this.
Well?
And the reason is...
What do you think?
That's Seth Green.
I don't know. Guys, you gotta help me here. Hey, I got an idea.
I'm sure he's proud of this role.
I forgot.
How about girls? Yeah, and then guitars.
No weights. Makes me think about gym class.
Make my video skate.
All right, I'm gonna have to... What do they want? Guitars? Here's some girls on a beach. So once again, We have the actual video. There's a piano. I should turn the lyrics on so you know what's being sung. So again, it's the same editor. It's same controls, the effects, same effects, same every time. There's a cartoon. We once again have the main video, and we have public domain footage. I can add effects if I so chose. So, once again, if they like the video or don't like it, it doesn't really matter. We get... Either way, we would get the, we would get, like, a clip at the end where they give their opinion, and then it's over. Does it matter whether they liked it or don't like it? No. No, it doesn't. The effects are just not even interesting once you've, like, used them once or twice. And there's barely any interactivity because you can't stop the video. Like, you don't have any timeline, you don't have any control over the timeline. Which is strange for a video editor, isn't it? I mean, I really don't know what the state of video editing software was in 1992. Like, obviously, I'm sure there's been great advancements, but... Like, you can't even control the timeline. Field baby. I guess if you... I was about to say, I guess if you really care about getting the approval and you're trying to figure out from the intro clip, thinking about what they said and then looking at the clips you have available and trying to, like, put that together, maybe it's something like maybe vaguely resembling in the shape of a puzzle game? Vaguely? Sort of? I turned lyrics off. No, lyrics is on. Lyrics is on. That's in sepia. I'm not sure what else there is to say about these, really. So we're just sitting here in silence as we make it. It's not even making a video. It's not video editing. It's the worst video editor ever. It's not barely functioning. It doesn't function. I guess I could just turn on a bunch of effects and see if we can make this just, yeah, incomprehensible. Hold on.
Already? Well, okay then. Let's go to playback.
All right, he's happy that we're playing this back. I am not happy that we're playing this back. That song was over 4 minutes. So maybe we're just gonna go on to the next one. There's one more to look at, which was Power Factory featuring CNC Music Factory. Oh, they didn't put the Make My Video name on the box. I guess they were ashamed of it. But they put it in the game. See, there it is. This was supposed to be Make My Video CNC Music Factory. And that does mean we have to mute it again. And I maybe the reputation of the name was just that bad that they just wanted to rename it to something else. Anyway, this is the titular Music Factory that I guess the music is made in. One plus about this, it has Phil Lamar in it. But I mean, even he can only do so much in this. So here they are. Here, this is the factory where they make the music. I guess that's the premise. What is the FMV segments we're gonna have for CNC Music Factory? What if there's like an actual factory in which they manufacture the CDs? That's what we're doing here. I'm putting it in the Sega CD. Let's see. Well, we could do that.
Members only.
He says members only. There's another door. We can do this one, but
Close! Close! Close!
he doesn't want us to go in there. And there's this. But once again,
Sorry, chump!
very intense in this factory. Now let's get some story.
Cavalry arrived. Looked like CNC sent us some help.
Man, I'm sure glad you arrived. You didn't have to bring any water with you, did you?
No talking! Shut up! Keep working away! You've got 1,000 more videos to make today. Oh, and did someone order an electrolyte replacement fluid? Yes, Dwayne? Is there something you'd like to say to me? Just say the word. Just say the word, Dwayne. Go ahead, Dwayne. Say something. And we'll make sure it's a hot time in the old factory tonight. A very hot time. All aboard!
Don't know who you're supposed to be. Look mighty refined for this factory. Excuse me.
You're way behind, that's the truth. We could use your help if you got the juice.
Okay, listen up. First thing you gotta do is get through one of those doors. Now, as soon as the first door comes up, think fast, or you'll end up on the outside looking in. Oh, and good luck.
Yeah, you'll need it.
Alright, so I have to go into one of the doors to pick the song. We'll go in this.
Hey! You nailed it, man. Come on in.
I did such a good job going in the door.
Everybody brush now! Everybody stop now!
Do you believe this? This guy wants to see teeth in his video. Now,
Teeth.
don't ask me where you're going to find them. And a hunchback, and a cowboy, and a couple of dancing girls, too. I'd personally recommend strobing the dancing girls. That always works real nice. And the teeth. Don't forget the teeth.
All right, teeth, hunchbacks, dancing girls, put the strobe effect on the girls. And time to mute. All right, so... let's see. If we see teeth, or hunchbacks, or dancing girls... I mean, those look like dancing girls, kinda. The clips go so fast, though. It's kind of weird that you're looking for specific clips, but by the time you might notice it, it's moved on to something else. And you may notice that a bunch of the clips do show up in the other titles. Like, there was a guy with a hula hoop that we've seen in a previous one. Have we seen any teeth? I'm not seeing any teeth. I wonder if you would have a better chance of getting an approval just by guessing. Like, switch clips quickly. Use effects every so often. Maybe you'll satisfy whatever it is they're looking for. Those girls were dancing. I'm not seeing any teeth. Where are the teeth? There's some feet, but feet are not teeth. But again, like I said at the end of the last one, if we wanted to, we could also add effects to just make the whole thing incomprehensible. Isn't that nice? That looks good. I wonder if there was anyone who actually had all 4 of these titles. Did anyone enjoy these titles? Is the main thing I'm wondering. I wonder if we'll have to watch the video to get an opinion. I mean, that is how it's been, isn't it? So even after this is done, they're just going to say, okay, let's watch it now. And of course, you're so proud of your creation, you wouldn't want to accidentally skip it. Which is why you can't skip them.
Finished it, huh? Well, let me see it. Let me see it.
And now, CNC Music Factory presents the brandest, newest, freshest video on the planet. An exclusive. You seen it here first.
Go, man. Fire it up.
I like they have a car-mounted Sega CD. All right, so we're gonna have to mute that. Here comes the video. We'll just let this play and see what if they liked it afterwards. All right, so that's the fourth of the four of them. So, when we're thinking about where this would go on the rating, the list of Sega CD games, this is our fifth entry. We have to ask, is this any better or worse than our current lowest one, Cobra Command? Well, let's think about that. These games are not really games. There's sort of a game element in that you can get the approval or disapproval. So, like, I guess the game does respond to the actions you take in that way. And, like, that is just an extremely low bar, but I guess it actually passes that bar. There is some sort of response to what you are doing in the software. But, these really baffle me because I don't understand why they exist. Like, I understand the idea that, hey, this is CD software now. Maybe we could do something beyond just traditional video games. Maybe make software that might appeal to broader audiences with popular music acts. You could do something like that. But why make it like this? It's barely a game, but okay, let's say even if it wasn't a game, let's take it on its own terms. We're here to make my video. How good are they at making my video? And the answer is extremely bad. These are extremely bad video editors. So it's barely a game, but it's not even really a video editor. So I'm wondering, why does this exist? What is the point of it? What are you supposed to do here? If they wanted it to be a game, why not make it more of a game? If they didn't care about it being a game, why not try to make it an actual functional, like, it would have to be very basic, but a very basic but functional video editor in which you could actually make my video? Why not do that? Why not actually let you be able to control the timeline of the video instead of getting rapidly changing clips coming at you all the time that you have to choose from while the song never stops playing? Why is it that you have so many bad effects, but you can't actually use any of them effectively? Like, let's say I wanted to use a clip to transition between, an effect to transition between two clips. You can't do that because you can't really control the beginning and end of a clip. I guess you could sort of like choose an effect, then press to go to a different clip and then stop the effect. You could kind of do it like that, but then the clip you're on might just change automatically because you don't actually have any control over what's coming in over each of the video feeds. I don't understand why you're supposed to get any sort of enjoyment out of this, either as a game or as some sort of functional software. Even if you were really into any of these acts like CNC Music Factory and were genuinely interested in making a video for one of their songs, this is so barely functional you can't even really do that. What would it be? What was the intention of the people making this? Like, I presume when they were making it. Oh, hold on, the song's over. What did they think? Oh, they're not happy.
Hey,
they're not happy.
Do it if you're gonna do it. Do it. But you didn't do it, did you? So move out the way and let another dude play. Get out of here.
Oh, they really didn't like that. They hated it. All right. So. Yeah, it's something, I don't understand these. I can understand bad games. Like, if you were to look at something like Night Trap, which we will be, actually, I think that one's the next one up. So I guess we'll be dealing with that one soon. But with something like that, I understand why it exists. I understand how you're supposed to play it and what you're supposed to do in it and what progression is supposed to look like in it. I understand that. That's comprehensible. I don't understand why this exists or what the people making it were trying to do. When people were making this, were the developers good at it? What does being good at this look like? Like, if someone was an ace, a top speedrunner of the Make My Video games, and just banged out videos that the characters in the FMV segments loved, what does that even look like to make a good video in this? Would it look any different from making a bad video? Probably not. I doubt it. By the way, it says U-Direct here. I'm pretty sure the U-Direct screen, I think each of these titles have that. That's when you can just use the video editor without the FMV segments, I guess. Free play, I guess you could call it. I guess that's what you could call it. But yeah, I'm just baffled by them. When I play a bad game, I do like to spend some time with it to try to drill down into what was the intention here? What are you supposed to play? How are you supposed to play it? What are you supposed to get out of this? What might have gone wrong? And with these, I just don't even get to the starting point of that because they're barely games. They're not video editing software. They're nothing. The FMV segments are amusing. It takes so long to actually see any of it because you have to go through each video twice. First the editing, then the watching, and you can't skip it. So you're not even going to go to these for those FMV segments, even if you wanted to say, hey, let's watch the silly full motion video. Even if that's what you wanted, you're not going to go to this for that because there's so much dead air in between those segments. There's just nothing here. Again, very confusing. And I wanted you to just see these and to see just the complete nothing that these titles have before we talk about price. Because if you were to play something like this today, it's probably something you downloaded for free off the internet for giggles. But these were titles that were sold on store shelves alongside real games. These were advertised in commercials. So how much do you think this went for? Well, I remember how much they went for, but I wanted to confirm it. So I took a look around, and I did find a website that had scans of a Sears catalog from 1993. And lucky me, that had a page that talked about the Sega CD. In the upper right, you can see that it cost $300. That was the launch price of the Sega CD. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to take a close-up at the relevant part. One of the games they're advertising is Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch for $59.99. That's right. Edit your own music video using footage from Marky Mark videos. Use special effects and save it on a VCR when you're done. Includes 3 new songs from Marky Mark. I like that they point out you have to use a VCR to save it. Just, if you wanted to retain, if you're proud of your work and you want to, hook up your Sega CD to a VCR, and that's how you're going to have to do it. $60. There are 4 of these. There are 4 of these things at $60 a pop on store shelves next to actual games. Man. So, when we're talking about where does this go on the list? I mean, you know what it has to be. There's really nothing else that it could be, but it does have to be on the bottom. I'm combining them all together. Make My Video, INXS, Kris Kross, Marky Mark, CNC. And I think that this is going to be on the bottom of the list all the way through this tour of the Sega CD. I know that seems kind of anticlimactic that we have reached the bottom of the list this early, because we've got a lot of games. We're only on number 5, And this we already know what the bottom is. You kind of want there to be a bit more anticipation, but I don't think anything is going to beat that. And one reason I don't think anything's going to beat it is because, unlike most bad games, I think that these are examples. This is an example of titles where the Sega CD would have been better if these had never been made. And I feel like that is rare to be able to say about something. To look at a game and say, the system this came out on would have been better off if this was never made. I feel like there's very few examples of that throughout the history of video games. But I think this is one of them. Because the Make My Video titles came out early on in the Sega CD's life. They were exclusive for the Sega CD. People knew of them. They were advertised with the Sega CD. So people really associated the Sega CD with these games. I mean, when I said I was going to start doing the Sega CD titles, a bunch of people brought this up. A bunch of people mentioned the Make My Video games. Because even now, people remember them and associate them with the Sega CD. So I think that the existence of these titles actually did damage the Sega CD. It hurt its reputation. $60 for each of these. And this is what the Sega CD is getting associated with. So, like I said, there's barely anything to look at in the Make My Video titles, and unfortunately, because of the music situation on the internet in general, I dare not risk any copyrighted music being aired. You know, hopefully when I upload this to YouTube, I'm hoping there's not a problem with the faint music behind the dialogue. You never know. There could be. But I felt like we really did need to look at these if we're talking about the Sega CD library, just because of the significance that they have. And the significance that they have now on the list at the bottom. And I can't imagine anything is going to replace them on the bottom. Will anything replace Sega Classics Arcade Collection on the top? I hope so. It would be kind of sad if the best Sega CD game was a collection of 4 Genesis games. So, you know, let's hope we will replace that on top, but nothing's replacing this on the bottom. Make My Video. Man, yeah.